Hello and welcome to the Yosemite Faculty Association and Yosemite Community College District Faculty Evaluation online training module. Thank you for your interest in learning more about the evaluation process. We hope this training will be beneficial as you prepare to engage in an evaluation, either as a peer evaluator or as an evaluatee. This module was developed to help provide information about the evaluation process for both adjunct and full-time instructors employed at the YCCD. The information presented in this module reflects the language found in the contract agreement between the YCCD and YFA. Let's get started. Please begin your preparation for evaluation work by reading Articles 6 and 7 in the current version of the contract. In addition, other important information can be found in Appendix C of the contract. It is important to review the contract language before starting any work on a new evaluation. If you have questions, please contact your YFA representative or your immediate supervisor. The purpose of the evaluation is to document and acknowledge the quality of performance, enhance performance, identify areas in need of improvement, and to assist in achieving needed improvement. If questions come up during the evaluation process, it may be a good idea to refer back to the purpose statements in order to help make sure you are on track. Full-time faculty evaluation sources. The sources for the full-time faculty evaluation are 1. Immediate administrator, 2. Peer evaluators. One is selected by the evaluatee, the other is selected by the immediate supervisor. In most cases, peer evaluators for full-time faculty are full-time tenured professors. Additional sources are classroom and/or performance observations by the administrator and peer evaluators, clinical responsibilities, if applicable, student surveys, preferably in 2 courses representing the breadth of the evaluatee's teaching assignment, and the self-evaluation. The committee may request course materials to review as well. If the evaluatee is teaching online, then the evaluation team must conduct peer and/or administrator reviews and student surveys in the online environment as a component of the evaluation. The self-evaluation provides an opportunity for the evaluatee to provide a written synopsis of the work performed in the following areas: an analysis of the objectives set during the last evaluation, goals and objectives for the next 3 years, description of professional improvement activities undertaken, description of new or revised curriculum, other activities undertaken by the evaluatee which relate to the college or community, periodic self-reflection, and the written self-evaluation document are effective methods used to assess and document one's career's accomplishments. Adjunct faculty evaluation sources. The sources for the adjunct faculty evaluation are 1 immediate administrator, 1 peer evaluator who is mutually agreed upon by the evaluatee and the immediate administrator. Most often, this is a full-time professor in the evaluatee's instructional area or a related area. at least one classroom and/or performance observation, student surveys. The self-evaluation is optional, but is highly recommended. And the committee may request course materials to review as well. If the evaluatee is teaching online, then the evaluation team must conduct peer and/or administrator reviews and student surveys in the online environment as a component of the evaluation. Evaluation criteria. The criteria for faculty evaluations is clearly defined in Appendix C1 and C1A of the current contract. The list includes the following general criteria and is not all-inclusive and is not intended to eliminate from consideration additional standards of performance common to the profession. Quality of performance and execution of professional responsibilities. Respect for student rights and needs. Respect for colleagues and the teaching profession. The final standard, continued professional growth, is illustrative of the performance expected of tenured faculty. Probationary faculty, after their first year, are expected to show increasing participation in such professional growth activities. In most cases, this is not applicable to temporary faculty. Please review Appendix C1 and C1A for a detailed description of evaluation criteria. The frequency of evaluation varies with individual contract types. Adjunct faculty are evaluated the first semester of teaching and then once every 3 years, with a completion deadline by the end of week 12. Full-time temporary faculty and first and second year tenure track faculty all have a 2-part evaluation with completion points set for the end of week 12 in the fall semester and by the end of week 21 in the spring semester. Third and fourth year tenure track faculty are evaluated in the fall semester with a completion deadline by the end of week 12. Tenured faculty are typically evaluated every 3 years in the spring semester with a completion deadline by the end of week 10. The evaluatee and immediate administrator can mutually agree to an earlier timeline if either party makes a request. Please consult Appendix C for a detailed timeline for evaluation activities. In general, faculty scheduled for evaluation should be notified by the end of week 2. The peer evaluation committee should be formed and organized by the end of week 4. Classroom and performance observations should be completed by the end of week 10. The final report should be completed and discussed by the end of week 12. The completed findings should be transmitted to the appropriate vice president by the end of week 14. Peer observation forms. Peer observation forms can be found in Appendix C5 of the current contract. These forms have been carefully crafted to provide peer evaluators a place to start when observing teaching or other activities. They are not meant to be used as a checklist. Space is provided on each form for written comments. The administrator and peer evaluators are expected to provide typed and completed observation forms according to the contractual timelines. There are separate peer observation forms designed for instructional faculty, counseling faculty, library faculty, online teaching, the articulation officer, and the health services coordinator. Please consult Appendix C5 for all peer observation forms. We recommend that you review these forms before participating in a performance observation. Appendix C5 also contains the specifications for the evaluation procedures for the various faculty disciplines. Narrative and final report forms. The immediate administrator will author a narrative of the findings of the evaluation team based on the qualitative and quantitative evidence gathered in the evaluation process. It is important for all involved to complete their required components and submit them to the division office according to the timelines in the contract for use in developing the narrative. Final report forms are located in Appendix C. These forms are used to transmit the findings of the evaluation and signature of the evaluation committee members. The final report can show a finding of satisfactory or unsatisfactory for tenured faculty. For all other contract types, the finding can be satisfactory, satisfactory with recommendations for improvement, or unsatisfactory. Please make sure to review the entire form and evaluation report prior to signing the final report. We are all stakeholders in the evaluation process as we seek to improve the teaching and learning at the Yosemite Community College District. Remember, you can find the current version of the YFA YCCD faculty contract on the YFA website and the YCCD district site located on the Employees Publication page in the Human Resources area. Thank you for taking the time to review the evaluation process, and thank you for your contribution to the success of our students. Have a wonderful day.